The reality is, as leaders and entrepreneurs, we have trouble relaxing because there's always another deal, another client, another issue, and we get overwhelmed and we overanalyze and we try to get things just perfect and just right. We try to get our copy exactly what it needs to be. We try to find ways to get new leads and more of this and more of that. And we get stressed out. Our anxiety kicks in. Our fears from when we were kids start to kick in, and we have trouble relaxing and being calm, confident, and curious. So why can't we relax? What is it about what you and I do that causes so much stress, anxiety, overanalyzing, and overthinking? Why can't we relax? Let's talk about it. First thing is dysfunctioning fear. Here's the thing. Fear is actually a good thing. We're wired up with fear. It's what keeps us from doing stupid things. It keeps us alive when we're on the edge of a cliff. Fear tells you, hey, back up. Otherwise, you're going to fall to your death. The problem is, for those of us who are executives, entrepreneurs, and just basic leaders, is we start to feel anxiety. And anxiety is simply when fear is dysfunctioning. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that your brain is beginning to tell your body that you're on the edge of a cliff about to die when you're sitting at your desk. You see how that works? So your body begins acting as if it's on the verge of dying. It could die any second. You could fall, you could slip, you could fall off that cliff and to your death. It's not true, but your body begins to think it's true because your brain gets all worked up on that anxiety. So one of the reasons you can't calm down and maybe can't even get a good night of sleep is because of dysfunctioning fear. Secondly, it's all up to me. What I mean by that is you can't relax because you have made everything your responsibility. You have put all the weight on your shoulders and you have to make it happen. You're not going to ask for help because then you would be seen as weak. And so you are all on your own trying to make things work. And you've begun to take responsibility for things that you can't even control. Third reason you can't relax is called mistaken action. Mistaken action. What I mean by this one is that we begin to equate worrying, obsessing, overanalyzing, and overthinking as actually taking action. So the reason you can't relax is because you've convinced yourself that as long as I'm obsessing about it, as long as I'm worrying about that thing, I'm actually doing something about it, but you're not. So you're mistaking your overanalyzing for actually acting on that thing. The last reason we'll talk about why you can't relax, why I can't relax, is called foggy chaos. Foggy chaos. What it means is our brain has all of these things swirling around in it, and we can't come to peace. It starts to feel so much bigger than it really is because there's so many details, so many expectations, so many things pulling and pushing at us that we don't know how to make sense of it, and we're unclear on what's really happening. Now, my guess is one of those four is probably a little stronger for you than the other three. It would probably be a good exercise for you to think through why it is that you can't relax today.